welcome back to the channel today. Today I want to talk about pit number 11 and do a breakdown of pit number 11. Pit number 11, if you're not familiar with it, is a pit just south of Scammon, and it is south of Scammon 1 mile, or south of Scammon Express 1 mile, and then back a quarter of a mile to the west. So now, before I get into the video, if you guys would, if you're not a subscriber yet, please become a subscriber if you're new to the channel. And like the video, comment on the video if you've got any questions. All right, let's jump into this. Pit number 11. I'm going to break it down into 3 areas here. There's going to be a red area, which is the first area I'm going to talk about, which is the east section. Then there's going to be a yellow area, which is going to be the middle arm. That's going to be the second area I'm going to talk about. And then the blue area, which is the west section, is going to be the third area I'm going to talk about. And then if you look in this picture here, that is the orange right there. That is the boat ramp. So I want to walk you through this pit, exactly where the best spots are. There's some that are better than others. It's an all-around great pit. Before I get into where the spots are and breaking those down, the boat ramp is really good. It's got a good concrete ramp. There is lots of parking around it. There's lots of accessible areas from the shore. There's actually a lot of structure that you can cast to from the shore right there around the boat ramp. So that is really nice. I average 13.5 bass. That's just all mainly little fish under 12 inches. It ain't got a whole lot of big ones in it. I personally have never caught one over 18 inches, but I've seen one caught over 18 inches, and I've heard of a few being caught over 18 inches out of there, but I've just seen that one, and that was about 20 years ago. The most fish I've caught in one day is 21 out of there, and that was last year. I got some footage here I'm going to show you guys from here when me and my son went here a few weeks ago. But it was raining that day, and we had to leave. We was only in there about an hour and a half. And then a big heavy rain set in, and it got pretty cold. It dropped down to about 60 degrees, so we headed out of there. Now, like I said, I'm going to break it down into the 3 spots, the red, yellow, and blue. And the orange is the boat ramp there, as you can see. So now we're going to jump into the first area, which is the red area. Now, this is the best section to me in this pit anyway. If you can get through this orange area right here, which is a little shallow area, it deepens back up once you get back in there, but you got to get across. If the water's up, you can access it pretty easily in a bass boat. But the last time I was in there, I barely got in there with the bass boat. I had to just follow kind of a little channel through there. Then I had to kind of wiggle the boat back and forth and push myself in through there to get through it. It takes a little bit of work, like I said, with the bass boat and finding that ditch, but you can get into it easily with a kayak or a john boat. You won't have no problems with that, even if the water goes down a little bit more, which we've got all this rain, so I'm sure it came up, so you ain't got to worry about that too much. But if the water's down, you can still get in there. Now, the red in this area, that is all brush and logs. That's approximate to where those are. I have heard of a few 3 and 4 pounders coming from this area, and I know last year we had an all fish counts event, and I wasn't familiar with that area there, and the guy went in there and I think he caught 6 altogether, and 5 of his fish came out of there that morning. So that is exactly where all the bigger size fish came out of, and I caught, I can't remember now, it'll be on the video here how many I caught out of there. I know I think it was 6 that day, or I caught 5 and my son caught 6. Like I said, it was a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, somewhere around there. And now there's quite a few of these logs in there. Then the blue area right there, that has some logs and brush right there. It looks really good, but I've never really caught much off of it. And now the yellow areas are both good. Both have laydowns and overhanging trees. I have caught fish on both sides there. Now the green area, this is a flat with logs and brush. I have never caught anything on that flat off that brush, but it looks really good. And that's the area I was talking about that you can walk to, and it's very accessible by walking to there at the boat ramp, is this area right there. And then also the first spot I talked about, that little backwater, you can also access it from the road right there. So that is great bank access to this pit. So now that we're done with the first area here, which is the red area.
All right, now we're gonna try and get in there. I don't think we're gonna be able to get in there. We did not make it, Lee. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Scare all the fish away is what we're gonna do. All right, we made it. Oh, there's a little one. There's one. He counts. He got inside the boat. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He was inside the vicinity of the boat. He counts. 1-0. It's a buzz hammer. I don't know if they want or not. I gotta keep it down so it don't get off.
Hey, that's a decent one.
Yeah.
Like, why am I not catching zero fish?
Just wait. I should have tried you on that top water to start with.
Okay.
Let me get that for you.
The second area here we're going to talk about is the yellow. That was the yellow that we had circled in the first one. The red in the middle, that is logs out there. I have caught a couple fish last year off of those. When we was in there here a few weeks ago, I didn't catch anything off of brush too much. I did catch a little bit, but off that deeper brush, I didn't get anything off of it. I have caught fish on the point, which is the green, and then the yellow is that is where I do best in this cove, is right there where you see the yellow. I don't know what it is about that, but I do better in there. Orange is a good looking shallow point off that flat, but I haven't really done that great in there off of it. And then the purple, I have caught fish, but nothing great off the purple. Now the third area,
Oh, there's a bite. That's a little guy. on the ringer worm. Ate it good. I don't think he's big enough for to keep if we were. Oh man.
The big one?
Oh, that might be a good one. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's better than the other ones were. He's not that big, but still bigger than the other ones were. Ow! Yeah. Well, maybe he's not bigger than the other ones. But man, he's really warm.
Blue, yellow. That is lots of laydowns and overhanging brush. Look for bedding bass in these logs in all of these areas in the spring. All the areas that I showed you, look for them sitting around. Anywhere there's a structure, they're going to be spawning up around the structure. They get in behind that for cover. And then also on any of the flat areas I talked about, there are going to be bass up on beds. They like to bed all the way through about early April, all the way through late June is when they usually bed out in the pits, depending on water temperature, how cold it is, how warm it is during those areas. Now the orange, that has been a great bank for me and has some good laydowns as well. Now the red is a good flat point in the spring. Green dots, look for spawners. Like I said, anywhere there's a flat, it's even better if there's brush on it. Purple is a good backwater, but you must be in a small boat or kayak. Could be accessible for a big boat if water is high. Great area if you can access it. You can access it with a kayak. If you could get in there, just get out and drag it over a small boat. Same way with that middle section. I didn't circle it in there, but there's a little metal section back in there. If you can get in there with a kayak, I personally have never been in there, but looking at it on Google Earth, I bet there's some good fish in it because nobody accesses it. So I bet that is really good. Now this pit, what it has to offer, the main thing it has to offer is lots of fish. And then there's a couple, one or two mixed in, every so many out of there. I've never caught one in recent memory anyway that's good out of there, which I hadn't really been to it in about 20 years until here last year when we went in there. And then I forgot how many fish was in there. I remember it being a little different, but they changed the boat ramp around and everything. I thought it used to be more clear, but it's kind of got more stained water now in there. It's not real clear, but it's still a really good pit. Got lots of good cover in it. It's got lots of fish if you want to go somewhere and catch fish. If you got a kid with you and he wants to catch fish, there's lots of good fish. And you guys know, watching my videos, what I like to throw in these pits. A big hammer ringer worm works really, really good. Any 7-inch worm works great. Jig wise in there, when I was in there last time and the time before that, I didn't really get a jig bite in there. So I don't know if that's an every time thing or if that's just I was in there the wrong days, which the last time I was in there it was raining, so I was throwing a buzzbait. And I was actually throwing just a no skirted buzzbait, and I was throwing a 3.5-inch big hammer swim bait on there. And I'll get that color for you. I can't remember the color right off the top of my head. I think it's blueback herring. Yes, it is. It's blueback herring. And I was throwing a blueback herring 3.5-inch swim bait on that buzzbait, just a naked buzzbait, no skirt. And they've been eating that pretty good. I've tried it in Brutus Pit. I just got done fishing it in number 23. And then this pit as well, which we call 32 pit, which it's unit 11. I think it is going to be out. It's unit 11. But we always called it 32 pit growing up. I'm not sure why. I think the sign used to say 32 pit, and I'm guessing they changed it to section 11 or pit 11 when they redid it all. The good colors in there, I'm trying to remember what I caught them on in there last year, what color, but off the top of my head, I can't really think of that, and what colors I caught them on. I know red shad in the dirty water works really good around there. Big hammer ringer worm and magic bug, black and blue. They got a new plum out. My son did catch one this last time on their new plum. And I think I caught one on the plum as well. It's not called plum. I'll have to get that for you. It's a brand new color. and I'll put that in a video here. I'll highlight that over exactly what that color is called. It's a blue fleck or plum, but it's called a special color, and he just designed it, just sent me some the other day, here about 2 weeks ago, so I'm not quite familiar with the name of it yet. And then black in there works really good. If you're throwing a jig or any plastic, soft plastics, green pumpkin and blue works good in about all the pits. You could also go with the green pumpkin and chartreuse also as well. Watermelon reds as well, especially when bluegill are up on beds. They really like that red in there, watermelon red or watermelon candy. Say if it's cloudy, watermelon candy. But they seem to like that watermelon red just about anywhere you go as well. So Big Hammer Ringer Worm, actually my wife, if you guys watch the YouTube channel, she actually caught her personal best on a Big Hammer Ringer Worm back in May, I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was May. Late April or May, somewhere in there. And it was 4 pounds, 10 ounces on the Big Hammer Ringer Worm in pit number 23. So that's a good reason to go get you guys some. The rods that I've been using have been awesome. I've been using Vexen, and they make some great rods all together. I'll put that link in the bottom of it for you guys, and you get a 15% discount. I believe it is. I'll put that link in there for you. Just go there, and it has it all set up for you guys to go and get the order there. I recommend depends on how deep you are into bass fishing. If you just go out every once in a while and just go out and fish like the pits, the Strike Back series is great. I mean, they have great rods. If you like throwing spinning combos, they make a great spinning combo depending on which one you want exactly. I like the medium heavies. I think it's the 6'10". I don't have them here right in front of me on the Strike Back series. And then I also use them for cranking. Just the crankbaits is what I like to throw them with. And then for my jigs and Texas rigs, I like to throw the Vexen Pro Series rod, not the Vexen Pro Series rods, but the Vexen's Bass Series rods. And I like to throw the 7'4" medium or 7'4" heavy. And those have been working great for my jigs. It's been working great for flipping. It's been working great for the Texas rigs. I've had a lot of success with those. I've been with Vexen for going on a year now, and I've had no problems, and they have been amazing. And I'll put that link in there for you guys to go check those out. Also check out the 2K Jigs Little Punk. That link will be in the bottom as well. And then also the Big Hammer Ringer Worms. And be sure to pay attention here in the next couple of weeks. 2K Jigs is having a lot of sales going on, so they're going to have a lot of items that are marked down, a lot of cool stuff. So be paying attention to that if you follow the YouTube channel. And that is a breakdown of pit number 11, and look forward to seeing you guys again. Hopefully I can get some more up here before it gets too far out. Once again, I got a little busy there over winter. Hopefully I can get back to starting to break all these pits down once again so you guys can all see them. Thank you.